The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. We're going to start off with the German DAX, just like we usually do. You see it's been in this little tight trading range here for the last 4 or 5 days with a slightly upward bias, which is actually a pretty good thing. If we take a look here at the FTSE, it's also doing the same thing, but with a little bit better bias than what we have with the DAX. I want to spend just a second here about this thing with Theresa May and what's going on with Brexit. There are two things, and I'm getting this from my friends over in the UK that follow it very closely. There are two things. One was the referendum back on June 27th when the pound was 150. 2 years ago. That was the vote. But the thing was this Article 50. The difference is the referendum is not a legally binding document over there, whereas the Article 50 is. With a stroke of a pen, Theresa May could just dissolve Brexit and they could stay in the EU without any trouble at all. I know it sounds crazy, but that's the way it is. So just keep that in mind. One other thing for your information that I think is pretty funny. Well, no, it's interesting. Jack Ma has 100 restaurants. He's the guy that does Alibaba, of course. And he has 100 restaurants in China. And what's unique about these, folks, these are run by robots. You walk in, you click what you'd like to have, you sit down, and a little tray comes around and sits there. You open it up and you eat and you walk out, and that's it. He's got 110 of those, and they seem to think this is the coming thing. Now that's gonna take a lot of jobs if that's going to be the case. So automation, is the thing of the future, but we're going to have to figure out how to get around all this, I guess. Oh, I just figured it out. We could all go on entitlement programs and we won't have to work. We could just sit there and clip coupons, which is really a great thing to do. Anyway, if you get a chance, go online and try to find some of these robot restaurants. They're really, really amazing if you look at the video. I mean, the food looks great, and it just looks very, very interesting. I don't know how they're going to serve pizza that way, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay. One other thing that I wanted to mention is, remember that I'm going to post this again, folks, because I think it's worthy of your seeing it, because I think cycles are very important in the financial markets, and the Foundation for the Study of Cycles is going to have Jake Bernstein on Saturday between 4 and 6 p.m. East Pacific time. I posted it there in the room here. You can just click on the site there and subscribe to it, and then take a look at it. And also, if you don't have it, if you'll drop me an email at larrypesavento@gmail.com, I'll forward you the link, and you can just click on and subscribe to the webinar on Saturday. What I'm going to do tomorrow, and I will be here tomorrow, is I'm going to give you a preview of some of the cycle things that I did when I first started out. Back in 1969, when I first started looking at cycles, when I was watching the Foundation for the Study of Cycles, I was introduced originally back when I was at Indiana State and Indiana and Terre Haute by Jim Noblet, and he was able to work with cycles too a little bit, but it was it started in 1948 with Edward Dewey, but it wasn't very popular until the late 60s, early 70s, and then Dewey passed away, I believe it was 1978, and it never really went any farther than that until Paul Tudor Jones took it over in the late 80s, and then it blossomed for a while, and then when he got extremely busy and wealthy, it just sort of went its own way. But now it's coming back, and it's got some great information. It got a tremendous library of stuff, which is good, and a lot of it will be astrological too, folks. Dewey was really strongly affiliated with that. One of his people that he was very close to was Commander David Williams, who wrote Financial Astrology. back in 1960. It's a great book, and he shows some of the relationships that, they're not 100%, but there's nothing 100%. That's the bottom line. The other thing is someone, since we're talking about 100% and 50% and 20%, whatever you want to pick a number, about Elliott wave, folks. I don't do Elliott wave counting. I find it too difficult for me to determine whether it's a 2 or 3 or a 4 or 5. I can see the ABCD pattern clearly. I believe that the market moves up in ABCD fashion. It goes down in ABCD fashion, and all I try to do is to match those, programs with, with the ABCD pattern, and that's really all I'm trying to do. There's nothing, really what we call mysterious about it. It's just the way that I'm looking at the market, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But that's true of absolutely everything that we do. And that's the bottom line. You got to pay attention to that. Now, speaking of ABCD, I hope I can find this because I did it for us last night, and the 64. I did do it. Let's just do it in sequence here. If you remember, we were talking about the natural gas yesterday. You'll notice here in the natural gas, we went down to the 78% retracement of the low of the breakout day, which was Sunday night. That was at 339. We rallied up to a 92% of the high that we made. In fact, I've got that marked wrong, folks. It's actually a 78%. No, it is correct. It is correct at 92%. Now, I thought it had a chance of breaking out. You can see the ABCD pattern that formed from early January 16th to yesterday. But look what happened. Look what happened to this little puppy on the way down. I mean, it was, I was really, I was away for part of the day yesterday, so I didn't get to see, the whole unfolding of how it happened until the end of the day. But it was really quite amazing. If you hold on here one second, I will have the chart here, hopefully. Where is it? Boy, I put these in order, and then when I look down, they're not in order, and that makes it very, very frustrating to me. So hold on a second. I will find it and see if we can get it going here. Oh, we got a caller from on gold from Massachusetts. Mark, are you there?
Yes. Hey, listen, I'm long gold and silver, the GLD and the SLV, and I'm just, I'm in at a pretty good price, and I'm trying to decide if I should put a stop in it now.
Well, I think you should have a stop in it, and the only reason is the fact that, on that long term, I'll post it up here, in the gold, we made that 61% retracement on the weekly chart, and the bullish part about this, Mark, and this is quite bullish. If you'll take a look here, we went up to 1300, and we've stayed there, but we're trading at 1290 right now, and we've been here for 8 days. I mean, it hasn't backed off at all. So what I would do is, if you want to put a legitimate stop in, I think it has to be somewhere around, 1282, something like that, because, these little corrections have not been very much, and you want to still be on it. But it doesn't look, I'm bearish, and it doesn't look bearish. So that's what I would do. I'd put a stop at about 1282 and then see what happens.
Thank you.
Does that help? Thank you. Thanks for calling in,
Yeah.
Mark. We appreciate it.
The TAS Profile Scanner is the most revolutionary piece of trading software that you will ever try. Wouldn't you like to approach the markets with confidence? As you begin your trading day, it's likely that you'll be faced with lots of decisions. In order to make the best decision, the first thing you'll need is a strategy that will help you minimize your risks. Whether we're in a bull or bear market, a good strategy is to have the tools needed to help you scan and analyze the markets before you trade. The TAS Profile Scanner instantly scans and filters over 2,500 global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, president of TAS Market Profile, the TAS Profile Scanner understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications, automated trading algorithms, and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. Whether you're looking at the trade matrix, the ETF heat grid, the market breadth, the landscape charts, or the many other features of the TAS Profile Scanner, this is a piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the markets and set up your trades. The team at TAS has even put together a 12-part video series to walk you through every aspect of the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find directly on the TAS order page at TFNN.com. Sign up now for only $97 a month with a risk-free 30-day trial, so you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. See for yourself how you can harness the full power of the TAS Profile Scanner by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services section. Remember, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Don't let another day pass you by without trying out this amazing piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the market and how you place trades. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, I posted the chart of that natural gas. As you can see, after we went up to that 390 level again, we came all the way down, dropped $6,000. Folks, that move up was $6,000 and the move down was $6,000. That's a $12,000 move in 2 days. I mean, hello, Federal. That is one big move. Now, it's not for the faint of heart, but natural gas is tradable. You'll notice that the ABCD that formed was absolutely spot on. AB equals CD. They don't always work, but it stopped exactly where it should have. And where did it rally to? Exactly to the 61% retracement at 359.50. We're now trading at 352, and so we're going to see what's going to be happening with that as we go through. Question regarding, yeah, by the way, we do have Norm, he calls it to the minute Winsky today from Astro Trend, will be our guest at the half hour. But we're going to take a look at the market from yesterday. We got up to that area that we were watching, 26.23 in the E-mini S&P. We also made the perfect ABCD correction in the NASDAQ, and we also made a beautiful 61% retracement spot on in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. However, it missed the ABCD structure by about 150 points, so I don't know how to handle that. I always believe that the ratios come before the patterns because Einstein said, you know, mathematics, then geometry, but, you know, a lot of people didn't think he was very smart. I happen to think he was pretty smart myself, but we'll leave that to the gods to worry about that. But anyway, that's what we're paying attention to here today. Someone's asked a question, is it going to be, you know, a big down move? Nobody knows yet. We dropped 25 handles down from the high in the S&P, and haven't gone very far down today. I mean, it's done very little, and with the news out there like it is now, you could be above that level very quickly and it would be a failed pattern. So if you did that trade, for gosh sakes, put your buy stop in at your break-even point and not you know, not worry about it, because now if you did it, you're in a free trade, and that's the ideal situation, you know, to be looking at something. You don't want to risk anything. It's all about the amount of money you risk, folks, not about the money you make. That's the real key to see how these things you know, actually work out. Another one that looks very, very interesting here, folks. I have to show you this because this is something that we've been watching very closely. We had a huge buy signal in the British pound down around that 124.65. We had a pullback on Tuesday. It was a big pullback. We dropped from 129.30. We dropped 250 pips down to 126.60. And then you'll see in a matter of about 2 hours, we rallied all the way up to 129. And then we went sideways all day. And now we're breaking out to the upside of that move. So the British pound could have some legs here. The long-term, pattern in that British pound from that 786 is not bearish. I mean, if you look at this, it's had a beautiful beautiful pattern at the bottom there. We had a really nice butterfly pattern with multiple ABCDs, and it was exactly at the 78% level from the low in January of 2017. That was a beautiful pattern. It's the exact opposite of when we were making the high in January of 2018 at the 78% level from the Brexit high. So there's a lot of numbers here at these foreign currencies to pay attention to, and they're certainly tradable, and they're a lot less volatile than the natural gas. That's absolutely for sure. So those are a few things that we want to be watching as we go through some of these things here. Oh, we have another question here, and that is about the sugar. Sugar has continued to keep going higher. We'll just put it up here again. I haven't updated this chart yet, but I will probably for tomorrow. We've got substantially above $13 a pound. And if we get much above 1380, we'll be looking at an ABCD from October down to January, and that would take us almost to $15 in sugar if it can get there. That's the main thing. The coffee has held up pretty good. Even copper had a pretty good move over the last couple of days. 5-6 cents in copper nowadays is pretty good. So we'll be paying attention to it. Folks, you asked me questions about the geopolitical stuff, and that's so far above my pay grade. I blotted out. Actually, if you could just look at the charts, and if you took off the price and the time and just had to trade the bars themselves, that would be the ideal situation for a technician, because then you can't have any bias because you don't know what you're looking at. So that's it. Let's take a quick look here at crude oil for our good friend Tucker in here, just to give him an idea of where we are. Oh dear, hope I can find it. If not, I'm going to post it here. And that's what I'm going to have to do. So let's just give me a quick second here, and we will post this crude oil for Tucker, and we'll discuss it together. And let's just get this daily up here where we are. Oh, we're right on target here. Very good question there, Mr. Tucker. Hold on a second. We got it all ready to go. This is what I put in the newsletter for the 24/7 subscribers. If we take a look at it here, you'll see that we had a really nice retracement down here to 42.50. It was a little bit below the 61% retracement. You can see it went to 68. That difference there is about $2 a barrel. We had a really nice strong rally up to 153. And what I'm looking for is a little bit of a pullback here. Hopefully is a terrible trading word, but it's not a bad technical word, is if you pull back down to about the $47 a barrel level, that's down $4.50 a barrel where we are right now. That's the 61% retracement. So that's what crude oil looks like to me. Remember, here's the key here. This is something we should really focus on, folks, because this is the long-term thing in crude oil. What you've got to keep this in mind for sure. Look at the high that we had back in September when the market was topping. We had a 3 drive to a top pattern. You can see that with the yellow triangle. You can see the 61% retracement from the high in 2015. And look at the equal move from 2015 down to 2016. That move that we had yesterday was exactly the same as we had during September and December, September, October, November, December this year. So we've made a major bottom here at crude oil. So I would think if you get a pullback into that $48, $47 a barrel level, that it would actually look relatively good. Heating oil actually looks better than crude oil right now, but it should because we're in the winter months and there's a seasonal there. So watch the crude oil. That's it. Now, gasoline broke a lot, but folks, gasoline here in Tucson did not drop very much. We dropped down to 2.20 a gallon, and compared to some parts of the the South and other areas, it got down way below $2 a gallon. So it's very sporadic there, just because of getting the gasoline into that area. So my first choice, of course, would be the crude oil. Second choice, heating oil. And the third choice would be the gasoline. But I would only buy them on a break. I would not buy them as we're looking at them right now. And the reason for that is I think they've got a possibility of getting down to that level. 877-927-6648. Stay tuned for Norm Winski.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, and we have Norm Winski on the line, I believe. Norm, are you there?
Yes, sir, Larry. Good morning.
Good morning, Norm. Before you get started with your usual program, I'll give you extra time if you need it, but talk a little bit about this blood moon and super moon that we're going to be having here in a few days. Can you give us a little bit what
that's
your
my whole end of the presentation thing. You know,
well, if you're going to,
look at the future.
All right, you go right ahead.
I like to do things in order.
All right, then. You do
That's
it the way
okay.
you like it. Absolutely. Fire away. We're ready to go.
All right. Anyway, I was on your show back on the 3rd of January in anticipation of a huge cluster of planetary activity beginning on Friday afternoon or Friday the 4th into the weekend. The big headliners of that for that window over the weekend there, we had a solar eclipse in Capricorn, and Uranus was turning retrograde in Aries, and the combination of a solar eclipse with a outer planet turning direct, I think. Turning direct, that's right. Anyway, station point of an outer planet with a solar eclipse usually would indicate it doesn't get much bigger than that, So there we go. Plus a whole bunch of other stuff. Here's the list there on the screen. Hopefully everybody can see that. I'm going to have to go through the charts here, show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if it's ugly, we'll see if occasionally we can turn the lemons into lemonade. All right, so here's your S&P chart right here, the first one up. We're looking for right around the 4th to the 7th. That was a weekend. The 4th to the 7th was a weekend. There's your S&P chart here. It's off a little bit on the bottom there. The low was on the 3rd. We made a slightly higher bottom there on the 4th, and then we went up, and then we broke out of this. Here's how you turn the lemons into lemonade, okay? I have these time windows. The time windows give you the key times, give you the key prices. So that once the window is done, you have a range of a low and a high. And if it breaks out of those prices, that's an indication it's probably going to accelerate. And here's what the S&P did. It broke out over that Monday, set the 7th high there. Once that happened the next day, that's a strong indication that we're probably going higher, and that's what happened. Okay? So even when we're wrong, we can get information that can help us make money. Okay, so wrong in sort of the classic point of view, but I actually have taken this made this where it actually can help you make money. All right, well, the bonds, it couldn't have been much nicer than this. The bonds were very cooperative. Look at that, right to the day there on the 7th. That was a spike high there. That was the high of the month there, right on the 7th was Monday. And that was a beautiful thing. And if you sold a little early on Friday, you did okay too, because you weren't just but a few ticks away from the high, Monday's high. So their HOM is high of the month. When you see that on my charts, it's high of the month. And here's the dollar. Dollar was trading into a wedgie pattern there, and it broke out to the downside of the wedge there, and right on the 7th. That's another pattern you'll see in my work, that when we're not going up to some extreme of a higher or low, if it's trading into a wedge or triangle, the apex will often be right on the key date there, right on the window. Here's the coffee. I would say the coffee did not work, so we're going to give that a red arrow. Don't know what to tell you about that other than, like I said, if you're trading this thing and you mark off your time window there with the prices, and it breaks out over the level there, and it was pretty much going sideways. That's another key there. We're looking for the markets to get to an extreme and then reverse. So if the market's just going sideways, it's probably not a good candidate for a trade. Here's your copper, and let's see. Oh yeah, we hit the low of the month there, right there. Bang, bing, bang, bang, right over that weekend there. The 4th. There's the 7th. There's the 4th. And we were off a day. The low actually came on the 3rd. There's the 4th as the next day, but we're very close to the bottom there, and so you had an opportunity there to make some money. Here's the corn. Was a beautiful thing right there. Boom, ding, bang, bang. You got the high of the month there, right on the 7th. And you'll see. I show these grain charts again, Larry. If you don't want to use your brains, trade the grains, right? Because they love to dance to the moon. No, that's it. It can't get. I don't know. It can get any simpler than that.
Yep.
Here's the euro. Gave that the red arrow treatment because that's a miss. Because it just was kind of in the middle of a move. We were a few days from the bottom, too late, a few days early on the top, right in the middle. That's what I call a miss. Here's the yen. If you ever do any computerized studies with the moon and these currencies, I had a guy who was a big computer stat guy who was skeptical. I was on a trader's list back in the 90s, I think, and he didn't believe that this stuff worked. He ran it through his computer, and it came back surprised. Wow, these currencies really work well with the moon, and the yen was the best, and it's still going. There we go. There's the yen, made a nice low there, right on the let's see, it's the 7th, either the 7th or the 8th, within a day of our window, the solar eclipse. And then you had a little bit of a bounce, not big money, but you had a bit of a bounce there. You had a chance to make a little bit of money. Here's, I think, your fave here, Larry, the old gold, the gold. Made its high of the month right there on the 7th. Of course, the big question is, I'll be talking about the lunar eclipse coming up, is in I think your favorite sign of Leo, which we'll get to in a minute. Here's the silver, did pretty much the same dance as the gold. And it's high right there on the 7th with the solar eclipse. For anybody who doesn't know, a solar eclipse is just a special kind of new moon. Everything lines up so that the moon blocks the sun from the earth, So just a special kind of new moon. Here's the oil. It did not cooperate, so we have a miss there. It just kind of kept creeping higher. And here's your beans. Beans are, all the greens were pretty good. Here, the beans were excellent. Top right there on the 7th, high of the month again. Here's your wheat, same kind of deal. Here's your cattle. Cattle made a beautiful low there, right on the 7th, low of the month. And now we're up to sugar, which also was one day off the low of the month. There's multiple cycles involved here, and so different markets go with different planets and different cycles. These were the wheat and the cattle were Venus cycles, and they turned nicely within one day of the window. Here's sugar, that belongs to the Venus cycles too, and there we go, within one day of the window. All right, now let's talk about how we doing on time, Larry. We're going to get music time yet, or?
Well, it's going to be going in just a minute. So if you've got something else you want to start with, as soon as you hear the music, we can, come back. So keep going.
All right. Well, okay. So anyway, the big deal coming up, the reason I asked to come on your show, Larry, is because we have not just a full moon, we have a special kind of full moon, which makes a lunar eclipse where the Earth gets between the moon and the sun and blocks out, so you can't see the full moon. It's a special kind of full moon. And wait, Larry, that's, as they say in late night TV, that's not all. This moon's at perigee, at its closest point. It's very rare that these three factors all line up together. Last one I'm aware of was back in September 25th weekend of 2015.
Okay, we're going to be right back, Norm. There's our music. We'll be right back with you, Norm. Okay. 877-927-6648.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Next on TFNN.
Okay, we're back with Norm Winski. Norm, please continue.
Yes, sir. So we have the lunar eclipse at perigee in Leo. And what favorite market do you think might go with Leo? Larry, any idea?
Leo the lion. How about going long lion futures?
There you go. How about gold?
Gold, there you go. That would be because it's the same color, right?
Right,
the sun?
exactly.
Yeah,
Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun is golden and glittery, like gold.
Okay.
All right, so anyway, our top markets for this event, the first ones indicated are corn, it's golden. Gold, it's golden. And OJ, nobody trades it, but except for Billy Ray and Valentine, right?
That's correct.
But OJ is Sunny from the Sunshine State, you know? Okay, those are your Leo markets. And then we have the usual suspects. Round up the usual suspects. We have an indication for copper. Nobody trades the commodity index, but you got your Forex. Different currencies, and you got your nobody trades oats, soybeans, silver, because it's a moon thing. It has to do with the moon, as you know. What was that lady that you had for the silver trader lady there? And
Mary Rivers. Yep,
Mary Rivers, yeah. Right? And stock. So let's just take a quick look at these charts again. Copper. Got to go find my copper chart here real quick. Doobie. There's copper, so we need to, oh, look at this. Copper may have just broken out to the upside, but we're just a day or two away from the this weekend, which, got the 3-day weekend. I'll be talking about the effect of having a lunar eclipse on a holiday here coming up. But anyway, we have this here, and if the copper just goes to sleep here near on this breakout, it may reverse and go back down after the eclipse, lunar eclipse. Next market, real quick, is, so we should have written these down. We got copper, corn. Corn we looked at. Oh, the grains have been coming down. And so this is a nice candidate here for if it continues lower into the weekend. As soon as I find corn, there's corn. As you can see, the corn has been coming down. If it continues lower, that would be a possible good candidate for a low. By next Tuesday, Monday we're closed, right?
Yep.
Next market we're going to look at is corn. Skip over the commodity index. Currencies, I told you, are like the dance to the moon too. There's your gold. Gold, I think you said, has been going sideways. Here's your gold. They're going sideways. So unless the gold does something one way or the other, it's kind of hard to say what it might do, So we need to see some directional indication here into the weekend. Obviously, we're looking for a reversal. So if you're bullish gold, you want to see the gold go down into the weekend. If you're bearish, you'd like to see a little bit of rally. It's kind of, if you want it to go down, it has to go up so it can go down, or it has to go down so it can go up,
Okay.
All right, moving on ahead here now. We have the gold. We're not going to look at OJ beans. We can look at beans real quick. Pretty much same picture as corn. Been coming down. If it continues lower, that would be a nice setup for a possible low by Tuesday. Then we're going to look at silver. Same deal as gold. I think the silver was slightly more directional than the gold was. There's your silver. There's a slight downward bias. So that looks like in terms of just the system, maybe a little more of a bias there. So that could be a little more of a reversal. We, used Newton's law for every action. There's an opposite equal reaction. So what we want to see is these markets get to an extreme. So that's the best candidates are the ones that are extreme. The stock market I see is that recently had an extreme. I just had one of my big change in trend windows for Tuesday night. That was the Monday night, the 14th. And I gave it an extra day. That was Mars at 0 latitude. That's one of my top things when the planets get to 0 latitude. And I gave it till yesterday morning's opening to finish that. And I had a target of 22 and as a possible target, and that would be a 618 retracement of the secondary top from 2800 in early December down to the bottom, gave you 2622, and now I see we're down overnight a little bit. And so if we roll over here and start going down, that could be, we could decline into the lunar eclipse. We'll just go look at that chart real quick. The S&P chart is the top first one here, and there we go there. So if we pull back here, and especially we break these levels here, that would be an indication we're going down into the lunar eclipse. Now, how much could the market decline? And I have to discount this because the lunar eclipse is basically a very intense event usually, but only within a 1 or 2 trading days. Here's what happened last time we had the big three. That's you had a full moon, an eclipse, and perigee all together. Here back on the weekend of September the 25th, Sunday night, the 27th, you had the similar thing. And there's what happened. The market was closed up on Friday's close. And we came in on Monday, and we had a big, I think about 50 handles down on the S&P. Dow Jones gapped down about 300 points. That was big numbers back when the S&P's trading under 1900, and I think the Dow was about 17,000, and so that was a huge gap down on that Monday. So there we go. So that I have to discount this. So anyway, the bottom line is I would advise people don't go home long on Friday. I'm not sure that we're going to get the big down because this all start is over just past midnight on Monday the 21st. So the energy may be dissipated by the time we come in on trading for Tuesday, so I can't, it's not a high confidence thing because of the holiday. The holiday is kind of messing up the rhythm here, but I wouldn't want to risk going home long over the 3-day weekend. That's my advice. Okay. So there we go. We got that. And now I'm going to show you some new stuff. Here's what I just completed. Every year I do what I call my fractal forecast for about 27 different markets. And then at the end of the year, I overlay the prices on top of those forecasts. What is to show you see the results. What is a fractal? Well, a good example of a fractal is a pine tree. A pine tree has branches that look like miniature pine trees, and the twigs look like miniature branches. In other words, it's a repeating pattern of order at different levels, repeating pattern at different levels of order, right? The January barometer, as January goes, so goes the year. That's a type of fractal statement or hypothesis, So let's look at this now. This is the first page out of this 2018 results. The first page, there's your entire user's manual, is all of 3 sentences. I could teach a 10-year-old to do this in 10 minutes. All I do is the blue bars there. I published those back in February as a forecast for the entire year. And then I just overlaid the prices for the year over that. And you can see the cattle looks pretty nice, don't you think, Larry?
Yeah, sure does.
Okay, and then because we had a short on time here, I can't show more than a couple. So I picked the first one, the commodities, alphabetically as cattle. And the first one of the currencies. The currencies were all very, very impressive. And so there you go. There's your the currencies, though, were all mostly inverted. And so there we go. We live in a fractal world, Larry, and sometimes it's a mirror image, but it's fractally. And there you go. There's your Aussie dollar. That looks pretty good too, don't you think?
Sure does. Very good.
Okay.
Well, well, thanks for joining us, Norm. We'll have you on again soon.
Can they come back on after the commercial?
I'll check with yes, of course you can. We'll have Norm Winsky back.
Okay.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, with Norm Winsky of Astro Trend. Norm, you want to say a few closing comments here?
Yes, I just want to wrap up the fractal thing. I do these every year, about February. End of the year, I do these results. If you get a hold of me for the free class and free letter, I'll throw that the fractal results in for free. By the way, using the January barometer as January goes through the year, they enable me to forecast. I have a theory that can help you forecast who's going to win the Super Bowl. You might remember last year, Larry came on your show, said that the Eagles would upset the Patriots, and that's what happened. So don't know who the two teams are yet, so we don't know yet, but I'll be working on that. All right, now if you get a hold of me here, I have the free, for the Larry's people only. I'm now charging other people to do this, but if you say Larry sent me, then you can do it right away, by the way. Get your ticket reservations for February. The classes for January are done. Here's my contact information there. And if you don't know who I am, I've been doing these markets almost as long as Larry. I started on the trading in college, And then I bought a seat on the CBOE in 1975. And later on, I bought a seat on the Board of Trade. So I got a little bit of experience, and I've been doing the Astro thing for about over 45 years. And so I got some things figured out here that work pretty well, I think. So here's my contact info. I'm here in Chile, Florida today, Naples, Florida, 239-594-3939. That's 239-594-3939. There's my email in Winske at embarkmail.com. And there's my Skype. You can call me on Skype at norm.winske. Thanks for having me on, Larry. I hope I get to help some of your folks.
Okay, thanks a lot, Norm, and we will have you on again soon, and we'll be back tomorrow, folks. We're going to talk about some cycles, and we certainly don't want to miss that show. I think it'll be interesting, and live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.